Welcome to Baja Window to the South. I am your host, Olga Sanchez de la Vega.
And I'm your co-host, Scott Koenig. Thanks for joining us again this week.
We are here to tell you everything about entertainment, music, fashion, food, and oh my God, so much more.
Sports, wine. There's so much happening in Baja, and we're so excited to bring you the show. Thanks for joining us today.
So today, we're going to get started with the do's and don'ts.
What to do in Baja to have a great time, what not to do to make sure you don't get in any trouble while you're enjoying yourself south of the border. Welcome. If you're in Tijuana and the hunger hits, do eat in one of its many gastroparks, food truck courts, and culinary colectivos. Not sure what you want to eat? These spots, which have sprung up all over TJ in the past decade, have something for everyone, from pizza to seafood to vegan to Baja Mediterranean style cuisine. One of the first parks that opened in the city was the Food Garden in Zona Rio. Telefonica is probably the most popular and features a large craft brew operation in addition to comida. The park at New City is Tijuana's newest and offers table service so you don't have to wait in line for your favorites.
When crossing the border, don't forget to declare cash, checks, money orders, and any other document whose value is more than $10,000. If you don't, you might be looking at a stiff fine of 20 to 40% of the allotted amount. If the undeclared amount is more than $30,000 US, you might even be looking at 3 to 6 years in prison, and the surplus amount is confiscated. And if the money is found to be associated with illicit activities, there is a penalty from 5 to 15 years imprisonment, as well as a hefty fine. So please don't forget.
Make sure you declare it if you do have that much. Did you know that you can fly anywhere in Mexico from the Tijuana airport for far less than you could flying out of California or other U.S. states? Recent additions to the airport, such as the CBX walkway, make it almost too easy to cross the border and catch a flight. Engineer Eduardo González Perez is the director of Tijuana International Airport and has over 40 years of experience in the aviation industry. In the past, he was airport manager in Guadalajara, where he oversaw operations of 13 regional airports, and in Los Angeles, where he oversaw 8 airports all across the U.S. and in Canada. Additionally, Eduardo's worked with airports all over Mexico, including Los Cabos, Manzanillo, Mexicali, and Hermosillo. In 2018, he was entrusted with the administration of the Tijuana International Airport, and Eduardo joins us here today on Baja Window to the South to talk about the airport and travel to and from Mexico from Tijuana. Eduardo, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me today.
Of course.
I am so excited. Can you tell?
Yes. So I'm so excited.
Yes, Olga loves to travel, so that's why she's so excited. We have one of the experts here today.
I love to travel, and you have made it so simple for us. Right. Thank you so much, first of all. Thank you from every single one of us. And please tell us a little bit about what have you done and what are some of the things that you're doing right now from at Tijuana Airport and what's coming?
Yeah, well, what's coming is that we're gonna put make an inauguration for a new terminal.
Yes.
We are building a new terminal for the airport. It will be mainly focused on travelers coming to and from San Diego, the ones that cross the bridge. It's going to be a building twice as much as we have right now. It's about 45,000 square meters.
Wow.
And it's going to be focused mainly on those travelers. We are going to increase a lot the space that we have for immigration formalities, for customs formalities, and there will be no lines at the ticket counters where you can drop your bags. Right now, if you are leaving your bag, you're checking your bag on the San Diego side.
Yes.
There's about 8 ticket counters split for all the 3 airlines that operate in Tijuana. And we're going to have 36 this time. So,
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my
That's
God.
a
Oh my God. Oh my
serious
God. Oh my God.
expansion.
sure, it is. So there's no chance you will
From
be
8
still
to
alive.
36?
36, right.
Okay, so I'm not sure how many of you already said yes to me to traveling, to going somewhere, but we are going everywhere.
Yeah, well, out of Tijuana, you can reach 35 of the main airports in the country. That's nobody else can do that. No other airport in Mexico can do that. This is a big advantage for U.S. travelers. If anyone who wants to travel to any major city in Mexico, they can do it out of Tijuana without making a connection in other airport in the country.
Oh my God.
So that's nonstop to 35 destinations. No other airport can do that.
And the flights from, if you fly out of San Diego to, say, Mexico City, it's quite expensive. But if you fly out of Tijuana to Mexico City, the cost is what? At least a couple of $100 US less.
Well, that's the ruling for the fares. Mexico obviously has its own legal issues to implement the fares air travel. So they comply with them, and there's a big chance that you can get a cheaper ticket flying out of Tijuana and San Diego.
Yes, we always do. We always fly from
sure.
Tijuana wherever we
you're
go in
gonna keep
Mexico.
on doing that.
I
When you see what we have, you're gonna find a way, a motive to travel.
am
Until-
so excited. I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask you a question
Sure.
that I've been holding on for a very long time. Is all of our amazing surfing surfers, you know, that they want to come with their own equipment, their own surfboards.
right.
How are you going to help facilitate that?
Our new building will be able to carry those bags and drop them at the ticket counter. Out of there, the airline will take charge of the bag. We designed in this new building a special facility for oversized luggage. So you don't have to carry with you and drop it somewhere else. Just leave it at the ticket counter and we take care of it.
So that's surfing, that's fishing equipment.
Right.
That's if you're a musician, maybe you can bring your guitar and check it in the oversized luggage, and you're good to go.
Yeah, so if you have a guitar, the plane will travel as like an instrument.
I love it. I'm bringing my guitar next time then,
Yeah,
sir.
Puerto Escondido, it's a destination for surfers, and Volaris is going to start the flight right over there right now.
Oh, excellent. We were just in Puerto Escondido last year. It's a
Right.
beautiful destination.
Yeah, well, we're going to have a flight to there next month.
Oh, that's excellent.
Next
Great.
month?
Yeah,
Great.
April.
Okay, so you know
Great.
exactly what I'm doing next month?
You're going to Puerto Escondido to surf. You know, right, because right now it takes, 6 hours, I think, to take the road from Oaxaca de Juarez down
Yeah.
to the coast. So that'll make it a lot easier to hit a destination like Puerto Escondido, which is a beautiful place.
It's very beautiful. All destinations in Oaxaca, Puerto Escondido, Huatulco, they're pretty. The capital city, it's pretty. So you're going to have a chance to fly to any of those places out of Tijuana.
That's fantastic.
That's it.
What is your target time for opening all 36?
By summer, we for surely will have the building operating. Earlier than that, but we don't have a specific date for doing it, but we're pretty sure we're going to be operating in summer.
Wow.
So-
Wow. Scott, is there anything that you learned from this?
Just it's not learning so much as desiring now to do a little bit more travel within Mexico.
My traveling feed, I mean, okay, so when people meet artists, you know, they go,
Right.
wow, you know, for me is meeting you and you giving
Thank
me
you.
access to
Thanks a lot.
so much freedom
Right.
and to simplify it. And then you mentioned about the crossing back into the United States.
Right.
So can you please tell us a little bit more about that? How you are planning to make it simple?
Yeah, same thing will happen for travelers coming down south. The same thing will happen for those going back to the States. But we're going to have that facility ready until the late this year, because the part that unites the two buildings, the new one and the old one, will have to be remodeled, will have to be fixed, and it's going to be, that will be the tougher part of the construction, because the facility will have to be demolished, then
Yes.
rebuilt again,
Yes.
with people moving very close to it. So that's going to be a tough part. By late this year, you will be able to go back to the United States as easier as it is going to be to going down south.
Oh my gosh.
And that really beats going, even crossing at the pedestrian cross at Otay Mesa. I mean,
Sure.
going through CBX typically will be a much faster crossing
Yeah.
back into the U.S.
It's very simple. You just cross the street and you're in a different country.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. That's terrific.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you had Guadalajara, you were Mexicali. You have been in taking care
Right.
of multiple airports, you know.
Right, right.
I've been very lucky to be at both, you know, and
Okay.
multiple of the ones we usually say that we like to hide, right?
Yes, we do.
And airports are extremely important for us.
Yeah.
What has been the highlight of your career?
Well, the first 27 years and a half that I worked for the aviation industry, I used to work for an airline, for Mexicana Airlines. That's the part when I started in Guadalajara and worked for 25 years in a row. Then they transferred me to LA. That's when I was a director, airport regional director for the United States for the West Coast part. And that was a pretty good part for me. I enjoyed that very much. That was the biggest school. That's like getting a master's degree in airport management. And then when I came back to, I left the company when it was sold. And I started working for the Grupo Aeroportuario del Pacífico. I've been working in 6 out of the 12 airports for them.
Wow.
And one thing that I enjoy so much is the people in Mexicali. Talking about these 6 cities, these 6 airports I've been working for, the people in Mexicali are the nicest one in the country. And especially, I mean, talking Tijuana, this is my best so far part that I'm working with.
Yes.
Because I'm seeing it grow from 4.5 million a year to 10. That has happened in Tijuana.
It's incredible, isn't it?
I'm a witness of that, and I have been part of it. Wow. And we're looking to have 17 million with this new building in the next 5 years. So this
17 million.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is by far the best experience that I have ever been.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a career.
What a great career.
Wow.
So, Eduardo, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you for
today. We
inviting me.
really enjoyed hearing about travel to other Mexican cities from Tijuana. Very easy with CBX. A lot of it is due to the hard work of our guest here, Eduardo. It's been a pleasure to have you on Baja Window to the South, sir.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Thanks, I enjoyed it very much.
Of course.
Thank
Of
you,
course.
thank you. And now you know where to go.
Pretty good.
Thank you, everyone. And now we're going to go with Tacos with Muchachos.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tacos with Muchachos, and I'm here with my muchacho Tony T today at Tijuana. We're doing a bunch of taquerias. Tony, in addition to being a gadabout, a bon vivant, and the man about town, was Anthony Bourdain's fixer in Tijuana for an episode of No Reservations back in, what year was that, Tony?
That was 10 years ago, 2011, Scott.
2011, wow. So this is one of the taquerias. We're here at El Paisa, Taqueria en Las Ahumaderas, Tijuana. This is one of the places you brought?
This is
Bourdain,
this is the
isn't it?
place I brought Anthony Bourdain for tacos after we drank some on the town.
Nice. And what were his impressions of this place?
He loved it. He called the El Pastor Elevado the mystery meat on a stick, and
Mystery meat on a
he
stick.
was good about doing what he did, Scott. That's why everybody loved him so much.
He was a good guy.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a really good guy. Cool. So we're going to try, what are we trying here today? The Vampiro?
These tacos are very distinctive of this place. They're kind of like a tostada. They're crunchy, and they've got cheese. So let's see
Okay.
what they're all about.
This one looks like it's got some chorizo on it.
Oh yeah, I ordered both of them are carne asada with chorizo, which in Mexico, a mixture of meats, we call it campechano.
Campechano. Okay.
Sir.
Let's do it.
this taqueria is that it's in a kind of like a taco alley. That's what I told Anthony Bourdain when we got here. It's a whole alley full of different taquerias. They have guys that yell at you and say, hey, come to ours, come to ours. So it's a real famous place.
Okay.
It's called Las Ahumaderas because there's so much smoke.
Oh, the smoke.
Yes, sir.
So, and this place is 24/7 on the weekends, right?
Yes,
so if
sir.
you've been out partying in Tijuana or hitting the clubs,
That's their
you can
claim to
come here
fame.
after hours.
The old bull ring was right next door. It's now been demolished. It's a hotel. But the old bull ring, which was very pivotal to the development of Tijuana, is right next door.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's.
So these were a happening place.
I love it. Let's tuck in and see what we're doing here. Whew, man, that was a good taco, Tony T.
Samurai
Samurai.
and a vampiro. So a vampire and a samurai. We just ate them. And I heard that you've started singing mariachi in Tijuana.
I am now a star of mariachi, apparently, at Plaza Santa Cecilia.
Well, good job.
That was a
I think
hoot.
you did it. Well, this was Tacos Las Ahumaderas, another very famous place, a classic place from Tijuana, way back from the 50s. It's a taco alley. It is the place I brought Bourdain. I hope you liked it.
Love it. This is my first. I've been to Taco Alley, Tony. This was my first time in this particular taqueria, though, and I'll be back. And I'll be back for that samurai for sure.
For sure. Thank you
Really
for
good.
bringing me here, and I'll
Dude.
keep on rocking, baby.
All right.
Let's
you
go
too,
to the
my
next
friend.
one.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
And those tacos look delicious. That was a great comeback from Tacos with Muchachos. You are doing amazing right out there.
Olga, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Our next guest we're very excited to have here with us today is our good friend, Kris Magnussen from Lechuza. Chris's father, Ray, opened the Vineyard in the Valle de Guadalupe in 2005. Kris and her husband, Adam, naturally gravitated toward the business, and now Kris is handling all the winemaking, and her husband, the management operations at what's one of my favorite wineries in the Valle de Guadalupe. Her wines have won many accolades. They're even on the wine list of Michelin-starred French Laundry in the Napa Valley. That's pretty impressive. Kris is also on the board this year of the 12th annual Conchas y Vino Nuevo festival, which is one of my favorite festivals, where they roll out their new wines and everybody eats shellfish from the region. It's delicious. This year it's at the end of April. I believe the actual Conchas Festival is on May 1st, just in time for my birthday, by the way, which is end of April. So we're going to talk about that today, too. Kris, welcome to the show, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Of course.
Good friends.
Great friends. Great friends.
Thank you so much.
It's going to be a comfortable, easy interview today because we know Kris and her wines and her family so well. You guys are really just a beloved fixture in the Valle de Guadalupe.
Thank you.
So what an honor.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Yes, thank you. So tell us more about what got you into Pro Vino, what is Pro Vino, and more about this fantastic festival.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Pro Vino organization has been around for a while in Valle, and what is beautiful about it is all of the vintners, or a good majority of the vintners, coming together and figuring out in a cohesive way how to present our wines to not only our region but for visitors. And so there's always a series of festivals that we're known for, and the first one to launch off the year is always the Conchas y Vino Nuevo. It's an excellent fusion to really highlight both the wines and the local seafoods.
Yes.
So we have so many beautiful producers putting out some excellent products in Baja Norte that need a platform. And our restaurants obviously are some of the best in the world.
Of course.
So it's a really good opportunity to celebrate some of those younger, new wines. It really highlights white wines, rosés. You may see a little bit of young reds in there now, even though, you know, people say they don't go with shellfish.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to prove them that it
Oh,
can.
Oh,
Of course.
We have seen, I have tasted some of the most magnificent pairings during that event.
Yeah.
Will you please tell us a little bit about some of the things, the highlights that we're going to see this year?
So the festival last year, obviously coming out of COVID, was, well, middle COVID, let's be honest. Was a new opportunity for us to see how we can do this festival in a safe manner. And so we started last year with a program the day before the actual main festival. And that program is called Mesas y Merinas. And what it is it takes a chef and it pairs with a winemaker, and then they also pair with a producer. And so the chef cooks 4 courses. The winemaker highlights 4 wines, 1 of theirs and 3 of their neighbors, and it is a private sit-down meal. And so last year it was 10 tables of 10 2 times. This year it's 1 seating, and it's 15 tables and 15 vineyards.
Ah, okay. So,
of 20.
So are all the courses that the chefs serve, do they consist of shellfish of various types?
They do, absolutely. And what's really fun, one of the hard parts of my job, is I get to sit down with the chef ahead of time. We get to taste through the wines, and we develop the menu exactly for that event based on the wines for the event. So basically, you're at a table of 20 people having one of the most highly acclaimed chefs in the region cooking you a private dinner.
Wow. And who's cooking with you this year to highlight your wines, Kris?
Well, I don't know if they have announced it yet. But,
Okay.
I will this year be with Chef David Husang from Fauna.
Fauna.
Yeah.
Wow.
Last year,
Spectacular.
last year I had Javier Plasencia. So I feel like I keep
You're celebrity after celebrity
winning.
after celebrity.
But I mean, you can't go wrong.
I
All
was
of
gonna
the
say.
chefs that are highlighted.
I think it was Javier who once told me it's very rare to have a bad meal in the Valle because the caliber of chefs there and in Ensenada is so high.
Yeah, I think you have to have a bad attitude to have a bad meal.
I think so too.
Same with wine, though, right?
Right. Well, I can't tell you which one of the pairings has been my favorite. And that has been always the highlight of the beginning of the harvest season. And I know that this is the one where we get to see a lot of our winemakers and a lot of our chefs, which is an opportunity for us to get to taste a little bit about what's happening in Valle, what's happening in the region as well. Because the chefs that come, and not only just from Valle and from of Guadalupe, they also come from other places, and then they enjoy the whole entire experience of having everything just fresh out of the sea.
Absolutely. Yes, so the actual festival itself is going to be 50 vineyards, 80 vineyards, 50 restaurants, and 20 producers. And so you're going to have all of Baja Norte highlighted, and you'll have chefs from different parts of the region, Tijuana and Ensenada and Valle de Guadalupe. So it's a really good opportunity. And it's also a great opportunity for us winemakers to present some wines that are fresh from the season before, new to the market. And as you can see, they may not even have labels yet.
And the best wines from the Valle de Guadalupe typically don't have labels, and you're fortunate if you can get one. So, Kris, tell us what you've brought here with us, with you today.
Absolutely. So I brought our whole lineup, but just for today to taste, I figured we could try our new Sauv Blanc from 2021. It's unfiltered. Literally on my way here, I took a sample straight from the tank. So that's what we're going to enjoy
That's
today.
as fresh as it gets.
Talk
about
Vino
Nuevo.
Or what?
Vino Nuevo.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes.
I need your help with this corkscrew. I only have the classic old school corkscrews.
All right. Well, I think I learned how to do this a couple of times.
Don't hurt yourself, Olga.
Right?
It's dangerous.
Oh my gosh.
Still
I
sober.
cannot believe I'm teaching you, right? But
Oh, well, that's easy.
right? That was so
I think even
simple.
my 3-year-old could do that.
I think so too.
Okay, well, excellent. I think a wonderful way to kick this off is to show you something that we will be highlighting. So this, like I said, is our 2021 vintage. It's unfiltered. It's beautiful raw juice. of
Look at this.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Thank you so much, Kris.
Such a pleasure to be
All right.
here.
And we even have Pro Vino branded glasses here, folks. How about that?
Yep.
Kris came prepared.
And this is how you enjoy a delicious on label.
I'm getting notes of little floral notes, maybe a little peach in there.
Absolutely.
It smells delicious. Well, let's do
Salud.
it. Salud, Kris.
Salud.
Salud, salud, salud.
Salud.
This is delightful. I can't stop smelling it.
Oh. I think I'm in love.
Thank you.
I had your last vintage of the Sauvignon Blanc, and this is
Right.
just as good.
Thank you.
Delicious.
Yeah, this year it was fun. We did a few different fermentations with a couple of different yeasts because, I'm trying to do our best to present a wine that's authentic to the grape, but also authentic to the region. So I think that this really captures it.
I love it.
It's smooth, and then the feeling that you feel after you had it in your mouth.
Sure, the finish is what we refer to it
Yes.
as. So we want something that starts, when you did your tasting with Marcos, right? So you really put your nose in the glass, right? So visually you start, and then your nose, and then the taste, and then the finish, right? You want something that craves another sip.
Yes.
You know a good wine when you
Speaking of
have to
another
open
sip.
a second bottle.
I cannot
Yeah.
wait.
All right.
Well,
So-
and you can only imagine. So this is just a taste of what's
Yes.
gonna happen, and I cannot wait to see
Come
what it will
visit
be
me.
paired with. This has been another phenomenal episode of Baja Window to the South. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Kris, for
Kris,
coming.
thank you.
My pleasure.
It has been incredible. Cheers. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers,
and we
everyone.
will see you out there. Thank you.
April
Nos
30th,
vemos.
May 1st is the actual event.
Exactly.
Yay!
right.
Cheers.
Gracias.
A ti.
Gracias,
Salud.
Kris. Thank you.